Hi YouTube, this is Skull, and today I want to do a little update video telling you guys what's going on in my near future. So the first biggest thing is this upcoming weekend, Sadase and I are going to be at the Pokemon World Championships in Boston. Woo, that's going to be awesome. Nationals was just such a fun time. I mean, we got to meet so many fans, we got to see so many people. I got to meet people that I'm fans of. Turns out a few of them are actually fans of mine too, didn't expect that. There's going to be so many people at Worlds that weren't at Nationals that I'm looking forward to meeting, like Tamashi and Maryland and Chugga Conroy, Glitch X City. It's going to be a ton of people. On top of that, we've been invited to the Pokemon Symphonic Evolutions concert going on in Boston on August 22. So if you guys can't come to Worlds, definitely try and at least come to the Symphonic Evolutions because we're going to be there. But you know, it's all together, so we may as well come to both if you can. Of course, I understand that most of you aren't in the New England area, but if you are, definitely try and come over. Like, I'm going to be there, Jordan Japan, Team Out Pokemon are going to be there as well. This will be the first time I ever get to meet them, so that's going to be awesome. I'll be wearing my Zippy shirt probably the whole time, and Sadase will be wearing, I don't know, but she's going to be wearing her Splatoon hat that she wore at Nationals, so oh my goodness, it's coming up so soon. It seems so surreal. We just had Nationals and now we're having Worlds a full month and a half later, and it feels like we just got back from Indianapolis. Oh my goodness, that's going to be so fun. I can't wait. So if you're going to Worlds, expect to see me there. I'm willing to, you know, meet fans. I want to meet you guys. Feel free to just come up and say, hi, I'm a fan of yours. Can I get a picture? Can you sign my card? Something like that. The only things I won't sign are Ultra Rares or Helioptiles, but I'll sign anything else. People offered me play mats, t-shirts, cards, of course. They offered me so many things to sign, and well, always have a Sharpie on me just for that. So, yeah, if you have something you want me to sign and you happen to be at Worlds, definitely just come up and say, hey, can you sign this? And let's see, Junichi Masuda is going to be at Worlds and the Symphonic Evolutions. I believe that I'm going to get to personally meet him, so that's going to be awesome. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure, so that would be absolutely amazing to actually do that. Let's see what's next on my list here. I have it pulled up on the screen in front of me. Up next is PAX. I've never been to PAX before, and I'll be completely honest, I didn't care about PAX until very, very recently. I've seen so many other people talking about going to PAX, meeting people there, stuff like that. Didn't even know what it was, figured it was just some sort of unrelated convention that I really wouldn't have anything to do with. But then, when applications came up for people to be on panels, I decided, what's the harm? So I applied to be a panelist, and well, obviously you're watching this video and you can probably guess that I got accepted to be a panelist at PAX Prime this upcoming weekend after Worlds. It's going to be, I think, the 28th of August through the 31st. Yeah, that's correct. It's going to be that Friday through the following Monday. My panel is going to be talking about Pokemon and PokeTubing and all that sorts of stuff. Basically, they wanted me because I'm about the biggest PokeTuber they could actually get who works in the trading card game. So, yeah, it's going to be absolutely amazing. I will be on my own, unfortunately. I couldn't get anyone else to join me. Hopefully next year. But yeah, if you're not going to go to PAX, and I'm not expecting most of you to, then here's the fun part. As far as I know, my panel is scheduled to actually be streamed on PAX's official Twitch. How amazing is that? It's going to be on Monday the 31st at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. So, like, right now I'm in Central, that'd be 6:30 p.m. If you're on the East Coast, then it'll be 7:30. You could probably figure out the conversions at that time. But yeah, I'll keep you updated if that's incorrect. But otherwise, assume that we'll have a PAX panel being streamed live on Twitch. That 31st. Oh man, that's going to be so amazing. I know there's a lot of other PokeTubers who are going to be there on panels or just hang out with fans, stuff like that. They're all big, of course. I'm not expecting someone who only has 20 subs to go there. But if you happen to be on the West Coast in the Seattle area, feel free to come over to PAX and say hi to me, because This is a pretty awesome summer as far as me being able to meet people. I've never been able to travel before for PokeTubing, and now I've been to Indianapolis, I'm going to Boston next week, and then I'm going to Seattle the week after that. I've got all my bases covered in the United States, and if all works out, then this should be about what it should look like every single year. I am planning on going to PAX South if they do that again, and if it's in San Antonio. This was the first year they did PAX South, and that was in January, so I'm expecting next January, if they do it again, then I'm going because I'm already in Texas, and it's just like a 4 or 5 hour drive, so that won't be a big problem. But in the meantime, just know that I will be at PAX Prime in Seattle the weekend of August 28th through 31, and my panel is going to be streamed on the final day on Twitch. So is that amazing or what? And if you just happen to be at PAX, feel free once again to just come up, say hi. I love interacting with my fans. You guys really do make this job absolutely worth it. I have 2 more things to talk about here. First one, by the time this video goes up, I think I will have passed 91K. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I thought that my sub count would go a little higher as I got closer to 100K. Obviously, that's not the case. I think it has to do with summer vacations and holidays and stuff like that, more than anything. So I had hoped to pass 100K by the end of summer. That doesn't look to be the case, but I still think I'll pass 100K by the end of the year. 100,000 subscribers. I can't thank you guys enough. This is upcoming. This is on the verge of happening. And I mean, I know I'm celebrating a tiny bit prematurely, but it will happen, and it's all thanks to you guys who are watching this video right now. You and all the other thousands of people who have been supporting me. I'm 23 years old, and I have never been happier in my life. I really feel like I could do this for, honestly, as long as possible. If YouTube's around forever, I could do it forever. I'm having so much fun doing this, and you guys make it 100% the best job in the world. So thank you very much for that. But I'm still 9,000 subscribers away from hitting 100K. When I do, I have a special booster box sitting on my shelf over there, ready to be opened. I haven't opened it yet. I won't open it until the day that I pass 100K, and then I'll mention it in the video so you guys know I didn't cheat. You guys can start speculating what the box is. All I can say is it's a really expensive, really valuable, really rare old box. Old set. When I bought it, I was guaranteed that it was one of the last 10 of its kind still sealed in the entire world in English. Well, I guess that partially gives it away. It is an English box, but yeah, so it's possible it's actually one of the last 5 that's not in a collector's, like a sealed box collection. I know people do that. Perfectly okay with that, but me, I need to get boxes to open them for you guys. So just remember that once I hit 100K, I have an incredible box to open up for you guys. For those of you who've been around a while, you might remember that my 20K box was a Power Keepers box. Tiny bit of a hint, this one is older than that. You can start speculating in the comments if you want, but oh man, I'm not going to give it away at all until I actually hit 100,000 subscribers. And whenever I do is completely up to you. It could be a month from now, it could be 2, 3, maybe even 4, but the more people subscribe, the sooner I get to open that box. I'm just as excited as you are. So, Worlds, PAX, 100K, and the last thing I want to talk about is actually an opinion, and I want for every single person who listens to this to write in the comments, tell me your opinion, because I could really use every single person's opinion that I can get on this. I'm thinking of starting up a Patreon account, and I'm not sure exactly what the rewards would be for people who pledge higher and higher amounts of money to me. Basically, if you don't know, Patreon is a way for you to support someone so that they can continue doing basically anything, really. I mean, there are people who just need a Patreon to pay off their bills every month. Not me. YouTube does pay enough for me to pay all my bills, invest back into Pokemon, go on all these trips and stuff. But I want a Patreon as a way of knowing how much you guys actually do want for me to do things. Like, let's say if you pledged $10 a month, then you would get to talk with me on Skype for a full hour once a month as often and talk about whatever you want, something like that. Or maybe if you pledged $50 a month, then I would do a pack battle with you or something like that. Maybe not 50, but you get the idea. You know, for however much you pledge, you get a certain amount of rewards in the process. There have been so many people who talk about, you know, I want to play on PTCGO. I appreciate that, I just don't have time. And there are people who talk about, I want to have a pack battle with you, which I'm just not interested in doing. But if you guys want to donate money to me every single month, I can reward your very generous donations by giving you that kind of thing. And, you know, it could be anything. It could be TCGO battle, it could be a pack battle, it could be, you know, a battle on our 3DSs with Pokemon XY and Oris and stuff like that. And then talking on Skype, or, you know, I want to figure out ways to give back to you. And I feel like the fairest way to do that is to set up a Patreon. And I have friends who set up Patreons as well. If you guys know Gary and Riva, who does the other PokeSins series for TV show, he has a Patreon. It really helps him out. A friend of mine, you guys might know her from Twitch, For the Pikachu, has a Patreon. It really helps her pay her bills, especially since all she does is art. I don't want to do Patreon as a way to pay off my bills, although trust me, that will help, especially during low months like what I'm in right now. I want for it to be as a way for you guys to donate and for me to thank you for your donation by giving you something that I can't give anyone else. So I want to hear what you guys think about this. My biggest problem with this is that most of my audience is kids, and I've already had so many problems on Twitch where people donate money and then their parents email me. It's like, hey, what are you doing with my money? And I'm like, sorry, you kind of donated. Turns out their kid did it without their permission. So that's my biggest problem, is if I set up a Patreon, I don't want for kids to pledge $300 a month without their parents knowing about it. That's just not okay. And no matter how many times I say, you know, talk with your parents before arranging a trade with me for things in my trade binder, inevitably there are a lot of people who just don't listen. So that's my biggest problem with Patreon, is I don't want for it to be a thing where kids do it without asking their parents. Otherwise, I really don't see any downsides, but I do want for you guys to say your opinions in the comments. And if you think that it should be, you know, if you think that there should be different tiers of rewards depending on how much people pledge, then yeah, feel free to mention those as well. If you think it's a good idea or not, just mention that. I don't care if how elaborate you are. If you just say yes, period, in the comments, then that tells me that you're interested. If you guys are interested enough, then I will set up a Patreon after PAX and make a video on it and then explain how it all works and stuff like that. Trust me, Patreon would help me out a little bit, because YouTube, while it pays very well, sometimes there are just down months where it doesn't pay as well, and it's not you guys' fault. It's just because the advertisers aren't paying enough to put their ads in front of my videos. So some months it would be really helpful financially, and other months it would just be really helpful to you guys who want all the rewards that I could offer. So that pretty much sums it up. I think I'm done talking about Patreon. So we got Patreon, 100K, which is coming up so soon. Thank you once again. PAX, which I will have a panel streamed live on Twitch, and Worlds, which we are going to this weekend, and we hope to see a lot of you there. Of course, I will be vlogging Worlds. Also mention in the comments if you want me to vlog PAX. Oh man, this is just such an amazing update video. I can't believe I'm actually making so many things to talk about upcoming all at once. Thank you guys so much for making this honestly the best job in the world. I can't wait to see what happens after this, and that does it for this video. Thanks everyone for watching, and stay tuned for more.